Okay, welcome back to Dyson Sphere Program. I know it's been a few days since we uploaded a new video. I apologize for that, just had some family things to take care of. I know there are some people on this platform that have just done an absolutely incredible job at maintaining their daily stream rate. Madry Brad, you are absolutely incredible, dude. But that's not going to be something that's feasible for me. So we're just going to play it by ear, do the best that we can, and I really appreciate y'all bearing with me. So, I have to kind of quickly reset on where we left off. It looks like we were in the process of creating. Oh, well, that's not a good sign already. Looks like we were in the process of making sure that all of these are turned to photon generation. That is what I remember us wanting to be doing here. And it looks like we just have to make sure that they're actually all doing what we want them to be doing. All right. Did I somehow just find the only two that aren't interested in photon generation? Huh. Oh, here's one. Okay, so it looks like it was just this back row somehow, just a few in the middle that didn't get all caught up. But now we're all producing photons. Everyone is happy. These will continue to increase the total amount of photons that they produce per minute. So right now, ooh, do we actually have a power issue on the planet right now? No. What's the deal here? Why are these red? Shows the current requested power by the ray receiver from the Dyson Sphere. Okay. Requested power can be reduced by a continuous operation. Our Dyson Sphere status is the requested power and the total power generated. I see. So what it's telling us is we need to actually generate more power for the Dyson Sphere. Okay. So let's think of a few ways we can fix that. My personal preference would be to create more EM Rail Ejectors. So I think that's probably what we're going to do. What do we need to build these? We need chips. We got plenty of these. We need these guys. We need some gears and some steel. So we're going to head over to Alchiba 1 and grab some gears and steel as soon as I can find it. There we go. That was actually pretty fast on this time. We are really starting to see that ring. That is pretty nifty, I have to say. My suspicion here, and I may be proven incredibly wrong, but my suspicion here is that, oh, I actually think it's on the other side of the planet. Whoopsies. Or, sorry, the star, rather. My suspicion here, he says for the third time, is that increasing the quantity of EM rail ejectors will increase the velocity at which we put sails into the ring, but it will also increase the total number of sails in the rings. That's my expectation. We will see if that aligns with reality. I'm not 100% sure, but that's, why we do these tests. Wow, those are really close to the planet. That is actually incredibly neat. I really like that. Also probably a little scary for all the people who live on this planet, except that nobody lives on this planet, so I guess it's probably not that scary. Okay, so we got some steel, and then we just need some gears. Sometimes I have a hard time orienting myself on this planet, just because there aren't nearly as many landmarks as there are on some of the other planets. Once I get over here, I'm generally okay, but like gears over here, for instance, let's take, I don't know, a lot of them. All right, let's see how many rail ejectors that lets us make. Up to 44. Wow, okay. Well, that's a pretty solid start. And then you're going to be limited by not enough gears, which we can grab a few more of over here too. Boom. All right, let's dump a few more in. Pull that down. Oops, I'm going to go down. There we go. Let's just knock this back up to 10. Okay. Good news is that we actually have, I think, literally everything we need to... Do we just want to automate EM rail ejectors here? Is that worth doing? I'm not really sure, to be honest with you, because like I can go over here and just grab these right now. Ooh, okay, maybe that was an aggressive amount, but we'll see. We'll get some of them out here. There we go. And then I can come back over here. Oh, this is not gonna work. Okay, let me put those back. Let me reevaluate here. We go back over here. I wish there was an easier way to pick up. There we go. Actually, that works decently well. Put those back in. Let's reorganize. Okay, do we have any gears? Not enough gears. Let's grab a few more gears here. Like, I don't know, that many. And then we'll go over to steel and grab a little bit more of that. But I think we just want to make a ton of EM rail ejectors right now. And we can do that all on planet, which I happen to like. Okay, more gears. Is there a way that we could ever see all? I think Okay, so I think if we're about here, we can click all of them. This is probably going to waste more time than it's worth, but it's fun. I want to see if we can do it. More gears still? Wow, this is really gear-heavy production. I'm sure there are people probably laughing at me because this is also like the first time I've ever actually made these EM Rail Ejectors. So I had like 6 for a proof of concept, but now that we're going full bore on this, I feel like it's definitely something we probably should have been thinking about a while ago. But oh well, what are you gonna do? Back to the gears, man. Really grinds my gears. We also want to make sure that we don't just take too many. I don't want to totally bleed us dry. Wow, jeez. Okay, we're actually going to take some steel plates instead now, and we'll make gears out of that. It's going to take a little bit longer, but I think that's okay. And we'll stop after this round. So then... Okay, so now... I'm going to put the iron back. I guess we gotta hold on to those. Crap. Oh well. Where is... Okay. Oh, actually here. There we go. Ah, just dump them in there. Put the steel back. What else did we have an excessive amount of? Actually, nothing. This looks pretty solid. Okay, so what else do we need to do? You know, honestly, it's been a while since we played. I typically, I'll record these a couple of days in advance, and I, for the life of me, do not remember what I was doing last episode. I just kind of picked up where we left off. I know we had more of these, though. Were we building... I think we were building these to make more orbital collectors, right? Well, we have a fair amount of orbital collectors. These are the only 2 things these go into, huh? Logistics vessels we have enough of, so I'm going to assume we want to put those in orbital collectors instead. We need a few more supermagnetic rings and some charged accumulators. So let's grab some rings and take them back with us. We'll grab... What are these stacking? 50, right? So I'll grab... It's going to be roughly 12 stacks there. And I'll just dump this one back in. Okay. What I also don't like is that I only have 1 processor. I'm just going to grab maybe like 2 stacks of those, roughly. Okay, let's say 3 stacks. Actually, here. Boom. Dump it back. Okay. Let us return to Algebra 2, wherever you might be. What is that? Oh, it's just a solar shield that's like creepily close to us. I see. I'm assuming that we can just kind of fly around one of these rings and we'll run into it sooner rather than later. The rings do make this a lot easier, I will say. Also, I'm hoping one of these days we will stop collecting soil piles, but apparently that day is not today. So, oh, you know what we should do, actually? Before we go all the way back, I think we should, we want to make a few more orbital collectors, though, don't we? So let's actually go back to Algebra and make the last of our orbital collectors. This is actually one case where I will appreciate the first in, last out system that we're currently running, because this will let us supersede our almost 100 EM ejectors, or sorry, our EM Rail Ejectors, with the literally blanking orbital collectors that we want to produce. I'm just going to keep doing this. I feel like having all of these full accumulators will end up actually being a net positive for us, because I'm sure something else will need them. But even right now, this has been pretty handy to have. Is this a full 10,000? Yeah, it's a full 10,000. Wow. I'm here for it. Okay, perfect. We just ran out of everything at the same time. That's what you love to see. Okay, so we're just going to make, I don't know, some of them. All right, well, by the time we get there, we probably will have made all of them. So let us find where... What? I thought they were right around us somewhere, right? Honestly, there's so many things I'm supposed to be looking at. So, oh, there we go. So many arrows on my screen at this point. It's actually not helpful to know where we're supposed to be going. But the problem is, otherwise, I might... It's probably not the end of the world to actually just turn off the galaxies that I have notched out. I've typically done that because I want to be able to keep track of where we've produced things. So I've been doing that. But honestly... Oh, nice. We got real close. What was I saying? Honestly, we can always go in and find out where those stations, those interstellar logistics stations were built, for instance, you know? So it wouldn't be that hard to find them. Quick sip of coffee, choke on it. I'm a mess today, apparently. 1 second. Okay, marginal improvement. All right, what are we doing over here? We are placing, these orbital collectors. Okay. Too close. Too close, too close. Okay. How much further can we go? We may run out of equatorial space pretty soon. That would actually be a pretty nice thing to see, in all honesty. I'm not against that concept. It just means that we've kind of maximized. Can we go up? Is that an option? I don't know. It has to only be on the equator, so the prime meridian does not count, apparently. So we'll see how many of these we can keep making. We have no other gas giants in our system, so if we wanted to put these down somewhere else, we would probably want to go check out the other systems that we have built on, just so that we have an easy interstellar transportation method right there. Because otherwise that could probably get a little complicated a little quickly. I feel like maybe we've built the perfect amount of these. I feel like we got to be getting... Oh, no, I can actually see it. If you look at the little mini-map, you can see that we are, in fact, not even close to having them all the way around. Whoops, I can't leave before we produce the rest of these. It's just one poor little drone. Oh, wait, no, there's a second little guy. All right, go ahead, guys. You got this. There we go. Perfect. Wow, these actually collect really fast, too. This is faster than I expected them to work. Are you guys even trying? Oh, you're building all the old ones, I see. I feel like this planet orbits, or gas giant rather, orbits really quickly. And I'd like to see, ooh, nice. Research complete. Let us see what else we can be making. Stress System 3 seems obvious. What about Universe Matrix? I think we should just go up to Universe Matrix. Let's just do it, right? A little YOLO right here. I'm going to open every other menu except hit the close menu button. I'm curious for the collectors that I didn't just place down that have been here for a little bit longer, how much they've collected. I have no idea where one of those would be. Okay, there you go. Yeah, they're almost full. So I don't think we have to worry about hydrogen, at least in the near future, anymore. God, I hope not. Because the last thing I would ever want to do is like 6 episodes on hydrogen collection, the same way that we had to do. I again apologize for the slog that was trying to get through that engine process, because that was rough even for me, and I was the one playing. So I appreciate you bearing with me on that whole engine production situation, but hopefully the fruits of our labor have been revealed, because we have not had to sit there and deal with engine problems for several episodes at this point. I think makes life a lot easier. Okay, so now that we have like 100 of these, we probably have to make sure that we're doing this as efficiently as possible. My thought process was to basically run lines out from here, and we can actually use a lower one. But actually, now that I'm seeing this, I think we should scrap all this and start over. I think we want to be a little bit more intentional about this now that we know how many we're going to have. And what I think I mean by that is I think we want to run solar sails all the way down here and actually run some huge lines of them. And I'm also going to upgrade this whole set. I'm just going to let that run. But I think there could be something in here with the idea of running a ton of solar sails out here. I'll have to see where it makes sense. Ooh, what am I gonna? Oh no, I don't know what the heck was going on there. Maybe it's giving me a hard time because I was like building over something. I don't know. No, I don't know why it does that. It's like I'm obviously not trying to do what you're attempting to say I'm trying to do. All right, and then we also want to upgrade this line up into blue. Okay. So my thought process is basically we kind of have 2 ways that we go about doing this. We'll run this one maybe like out here. This one will just go straight down. This one will go also out this way. But the idea for me is that we basically, just try to feed as many rows as possible. And then let's go out here too. And again, I'm probably going to end up deleting half this, as anyone who's watched me do this for a while knows. But just kind of like get a baseline structure for what this could look like in a way to get our coverage of sails across this side of the planet as high as possible. So that's really what we're trying to do, is maximize how much, oops, how much sail opportunity we get to this side of the planet. And we're probably going to run out of sails pretty soon, so that's cool. Cool. Good job, me. Why is there just nothing going in here? I wonder... Okay. Really? That's over. What are you doing? There we go. This... Oh, interesting. Why are these getting blocked here? Why is this happening? Can they not go into each other? Oh, that's problematic. I assume that they could flow through each other. Okay. That may change things. Actually, it doesn't change things that much. But let's go in and dismantle all of this, because I think we'll just do straight lines through now. And there's probably a better way to do this, but I'm kind of annoyed that we have to go back and fix all this, so that's what we're going to do first. Oh. Gee willikers. That's all I have to say about that. Okay. Getting a little too fast and furious with the deleting there. You know, the nice thing, though, is that this is actually going to let us keep a lot of the patterns that we did like here and not get too antsy about some of the things we had to fix. Okay, so first things first, let's drop those guys in there. You know what? There we go. And I think our drones are literally just moving them over there. It doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. Actually, if anything, I think we're probably going to want to not do this. Whoops, I don't know where my cursor went. Let's change this to storage instead, or rather supply. We'll actually demand them here, I think. So give our drones a little more work to do. But what we'll end up doing here is the exact same thing. We're just going to run something right along the sides. And I'm actually going to deliberately downgrade this because I don't think, again, that it's going to be a huge issue. I'll downgrade that one too. And we're running a little bit low on these. So we'll just use this for all of these at this point. So I'm just going to go right along all these lines. I'm just going to go straight down. And then we'll offload everything onto kind of this main belt for most of these. I think that looks about right. Cool. So for something like this, we'll just, we'll pop out right there. And actually, there's probably a more efficient way to do this, which is, yep, let's get rid of that. We'll just use one between each. So both of these can work with that, and both of these can work with that. So it's kind of more like kind of how we do hydrogen production a little bit. Or not hydrogen, sorry. Yeah, hydrogen. The way that you can kind of do 2 per belt on splitters or X-ray cracking or whatever it is that you kids are doing these days. All right, so the real question will be, does this actually work? And we will find out eventually, I assume, if we ever get to the point at which, ugh, it's ugly, it's tacky, I hate it, but you know what? As long as it works, I shall stop complaining. Here we go. This is where it's gonna get really funky. Although I guess they actually still line up, so that's nice. Got that going for us. And I'm seeing a lot of photons pop down, so I feel like we made the right call in noticing this sooner rather than later. Always a good sign. And we'll just snip off the corner here. Okay, looks pretty solid. I'm a little bit annoyed now that we did this, but you know what? This was kind of our proof of concept row. I don't see us as having messed up anything substantive, so we'll be collecting these here. What are we actually supposed to be doing with these again? I think we're like making these, right? Did we ever figure out exactly how this works? Or no, we have to make, I think we want to make these. This is what we need to do. And to do this, we need to actually split them using this mass energy storage tactic. And for this, we actually need to do that in a particle collider, of which we do not have a ton of extra, if I remember correctly. Okay, we're going to save that for another episode. What I think we want to tackle now is the EM Rail Ejection situation. So let's just throw down a quick EM Rail Ejector, just so we can, oh, whoops. We didn't finish building down here. Thanks, guys. The drones remembered before I did. And we are going to definitely not have any of that green crap here. There we go. Okay. So, nope, over here. All right. The nice part about this is it looks like they can intake them from any side. So I think what we can do is the exact same thing we did last time. Or not the exact same thing we did last time, but the exact same thing we did over here. No tall buildings in the muzzle area. So I'm just going to go straight down here. And we'll do a quick railing of them right along here. And the other question I have, we're using MK3s. Let's see if I go all the way down. We're just going to run one all the way down until we hit there. Cool. Basically, how straight of a line can we go in, right? I'm curious to see how much they actually draw off this line to see if we can downgrade it and run into any issues. Okay. No, crap. Are we not going to be able to put them next to each other? Okay. Well, that's good to know. So in that case, actually, and I won't do any of what I just did. We'll save the middle one for later. Let's pop out here instead. So what this is telling us is that we will not be able to do one line on each of them. So I'm going to run this all the way down. Let's run this down like here. And then see, I believe we'll just kind of pop these right here because honestly, I think it's fine to end here. And I don't think it will actually damage our ability to access most of our rings. Too close to the EM Rail Ejector. Okay, the only thing is we actually have to feed into here. Cannot. Is that not? Nope. What? Does it have to go in this side? No. We have to get grabby with it? I don't even remember how we were. Whoops. Furnishing these previously. Yeah, it must be. There we go. Okay. Well, can someone now explain to me why? Well, that's the reason. There we go. Cool. So what we'll probably end up doing is putting splitters on these lines, and then when we run out of splitter capacity, that's going to be what we're trying to fix. And that's incredibly annoying that that's not going to fit. So we'll have to think about this a little bit because we cannot get it close enough there. If we throw down one of these, interesting, we can put these pretty damn close. Well, how close can we put the next one? I just want to see if we think about it from this perspective and see how many are we going to have. First of all, here, let's, I guess, run this down a little bit further. And again, we're just going to run this down until we start getting some wonky bending in our line, which looks to be about right there. And then we actually have to have a line build up, otherwise the little grabby guy won't copy. Okay. So we'll go down that far. And we'll do, I'm actually going to move these just a smidge down because we'll want to put in that splitter. So I'm just cut in here. We have to throw you back in. Oops. Okay, so we can actually get that close. Looks like. Let me set it here and see if it works. Looks like it will. Oops. Okay. Yeah. So that's good. Cool. Actually, here. Make sure that works. So we'll just set up like a small section right here to test our theory. And how far down can this go? Oh, this can go a little bit further. That's cool. Definitely makes life easier. So then, where's our next split? Looks like right here, maybe? Yeah. Okay. Boom. Beautiful. Love it. Why are you giving me a hard time? Okay. Nope. That's obviously not going to work. Wow. Jeez. Okay. This will run down right here. We'll see. Probably going to run out of belts relatively soon, but that's okay. Right. We'll just throw the rest of these down. Oops. Oh, you know what's also going to happen is they might start to get too close to each other. We'll see as they get closer to the... I didn't even think about that. Well, actually, looks like it's not becoming a huge issue. Okay. And then we'll do one more test right here. Probably going to find out that it was dumb to do it this way and that we should have done them all horizontally. But you know what? It's okay. That's why we're learning. This only took, what, like 10 minutes? Not the end of the world. No tall bill. Okay, so let me go there. And here. Perfect. Okay. So how the hell do we get power to any of these things? Cannot put any power in at all. Up there. None of these lines. Okay. And they won't spread power on their own. Can I put in fans? Too close. What about solar panels? Oh, all right, folks, here it is. This is it right here. Check this out. We can use our solar panels to spread our sun. Okay. And then, actually, just do one of these right at the end. Doesn't really matter, to be totally honest with you. But this will work. Cool, cool, cool. Crap, this won't work. Dang it, I totally thought that was going to work. That's so frustrating. All right. Now, obviously, none of these will work. I mean, unless we did it in pods. I mean, that would be the only thing, is that we could do this way. All right. Let me think about this for a second, because I also know that there's such a thing as underground power, which I've always felt was like something obvious that should be in the game that isn't. So let me decide if I'm interested in putting up some sort of underground power for us to use. Are you really shooting at number 1 right now? I don't think we even set up a number 1, did we? Number 1 is literally inside. Yeah, no, no. I don't want you to shoot at number 1. There's a whole reason for that. All right. You're on 2. You're on 2. No valid. Okay. Then do 3 instead. Are you kidding me? There you go. Jeez Louise, guys. All right. You know what? Whatever. They can shoot 1 if they want. I really don't care. And then how close can we get here? Obviously, that's only going to hit the ones on the side. All right. Let's think about it. I'll take a quick break. Thanks for joining me, everyone. I will catch you shortly.